Assemblyman Ramos, Lieutenant Suffolk County, Brentwood. Madam Supervisor, members of the board, I come before you once again to express my dismay and outrage collectively of my community on what is about to be placed in our community. Madam Supervisor, first I'd like to welcome you, and for me it's a breath of fresh air to have you come, someone who I know we've had a good working relationship in the past, one who bears none of the baggage of prior things that have happened, and I'm looking forward, very much looking forward to working with you on many of the issues, hand in hand. I represent a community that is totally frustrated and outraged at the treatment and at the culture of discrimination towards our community, in that so many things have been permitted with very little output. A community that's a working community, many cases poor community, people working 2 jobs, don't have time to come to public hearings, that's been taken advantage of to place undesirable projects. And many times we feel patronized. We feel patronized in that the same way this is being sold, the prior transfer station was being sold as well. The same talking points. The same patronizing ideas that if you have to put 3 walls in front of a facility, could you imagine what that facility is emitting, that we have to protect it with 3 walls into a residential area? We have a commissioner who testified here that this was cited there in the 60s and that today would have never been done that way. And now we want to multiply the amount of truck traffic going in there. Now that we have an opportunity that the facility has stopped, that the trucks that were coming in over the summer from the Hamptons have stopped, and the comparison that we keep hearing about, well, the old facility was doing this and this new one will do this, is as well patronizing to the intelligent people in our community. Talking about, well, it was 300 trucks and now it's going to be 100 trucks. You know, if every day you hit me in the head with a hammer, and then one day you come and you hit me with a stick, it doesn't make you a good guy. It's equally as distasteful and as impacting on the quality of life in our community. In a community that will be impacted by this processing, as well as the traffic, as well as the trucks coming by, that has historically, trucks coming on Suffolk Avenue have damaged trees, have left garbage, have made noise around the clock, and now that it's only going to be 10 hours a day, nobody's going to be happy about that. It's an opportunity. The fact that this has left our community is an opportunity to change that situation, to right a wrong that was made in the 60s, not exacerbate it. With the truck traffic, with processing now of metals, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is a Board of Health study of that area. First off, there's 3 power plants cited, and there's 1 power plant cited right next to this neighborhood. And there was a Board of Health study done, and they found that Regis Park suffers from a higher level of colorectal cancer and asthma. And now we're going to process things there, and we're going to have more truck traffic. Now the truck traffic has eased a lot from the other facility not operating. Now we're going to increase it and exacerbate things on our ailments that our children have, and further health risks. We as a community have grown weary of the town of Islip historically and repeatedly regarding our neighborhoods as a dumping ground for undesirable facilities. In the recent past, Roberto Clemente Park was polluted under the neglectful watch of the town of Islip. And as a result, homes in our working class communities, where residents continuously struggle to provide for their families, those homes would devalue. This project will devalue homes. Who wants to buy a home next to a metal processing plant? When you rob our community by decreasing the standard of living, taking away opportunities through negligence, you are destroying and taking equity, you are destroying the dreams of working families who come to our area for a better quality of life. And just as you saw during the garbage transfer fiasco, the strong reaction in opposition to the actions of the town of Islip, today you are also seeing that residents in this area do not want to be treated like garbage. action to preserve the integrity of our community. It's no longer the silent community of the 60s. And we expect the town hall treats us equally. We all know that if this was proposed in the middle of Sayville, it would be a non-starter. We know that. No matter what justification you can give, there's nobody in my community who will buy that this would be even thought of to be placed in an area like Sayville. We all have serious concerns about the potential environmental and health and safety hazards of a scrap metal facility being located on the same site that a solid waste building, which caught fire. Again, before that solid waste building was put there, it was a similar process selling that to our community. And there was a fire there. It caught fire in 2013. We're the only place on Long Island that has 3 power plants within a 5-mile area. Who allowed that siting there? One of those power plants, that might be unbeknownst to a lot of people here, the one right next to Regis Park, was emitting sulfur levels above the legal levels for 10 months without anybody in our community being advised. And they were fined $500,000. NYPA was fined $500,000 for emitting that sulfur into Regis Park, not notifying anybody. And that $500,000, you know where it went? To build a bicycle trail in Queens. That's where that went. That's the constant insult that we have in our community and the way we are treated. After the fiasco in Clemente Park, where our children played for over a year, where they followed the press, followed the money, and followed it right back to town hall. We are fed up with the way we are treated as a community. We don't want a processing plant for metals in that neighborhood. The town of Islip has allowed a gravel pit on 5th Avenue that blows sand into all the homes in that area there. The garbage processing plant we spoke of before in the neighborhood. I, along with my fellow neighbors, worry about the devaluation of our homes, the exposure to pollutants to our children, and the stigmatization that comes with neighborhoods that have a scrap metal facility next to homes. A solid waste facility, the solid waste facility that decided there before, it didn't boost the economic growth of the community. It didn't promote any community development, and neither will a scrap metal facility. Let us study firsthand how such conditions have affected the health and safety of our residents. Instead of implementing more undesirable projects in our community, let us consider legislative solutions that will protect the quality of life. Why don't we place some parks there? Why don't we place something to add to the quality, to increase the values of our home, to give our children and our residents somewhere to go instead of industrializing where people live and choose to raise their families. This will not foster economic growth and job opportunities locally. I stand with my community in opposition to this proposal, and I demand that the town of Islip officials stop using our neighborhoods as a garbage can for Long Island. Thank you very much.